Welcome to another DI Crypto Investor. We have today Jessica, straight from California, US, joining us today. She's going to share a little bit her experience in the crypto world. Jessie, let's dive straight to the first question that we spoke about. So when did you start to trading crypto, and what made you start? What attracted you to this new exciting world?
Okay, I first started out just for fun trading on Robinhood, like regular stock, like a couple years ago. And I just used the free stocks. And then one day I was just in the app asking my friend, like, what is this crypto? What should I do just for fun? So I put like $5 into Dogecoin. This was about a little over a year ago, maybe like 2 years ago. I put $5 in, and now it's worth $1,000, like the beginning of this year. And so that's what got me into crypto. When I saw that I turned $5 into $1,000, I wish I would have put more in, because I was just playing around for fun. I just put $5 in just to see what happened. And I know people that made like 200,000 off of Dogecoin by putting in. I have a friend who put in like 1,500 instead of $5 like I did, and it's worth like 200,000. So I wish that would have been me, but at least I got 1,000 out of that. And then from there, my friend Travis told me all about all these other cryptos in addition to Dogecoin. So, and he sent me invites to all his apps. So he uses like Voyager and crypto.com and Uphold, to name a few apps. So I got signed up on those apps and started getting just a little bit of crypto in each of those apps. I just started playing around with small amounts, and I just kept buying more and more. Whenever I got paid, I'd put more and more and more onto it, and then I'd get more gains, and then more money from the gains to get more off of that. Yeah, so I had I'm not much for, like, I never really had a whole lot of Bitcoin, because I see more gains in the smaller altcoins, because the digits, the decimal points, there's more potential for it to move than Bitcoin. So I had like all those little altcoins, like Ethereum, Cardano, and then Polkadot, Luna.
Okay. Solana, yeah. Perhaps?
Solana I have Solana, yeah. And that's my newest ones that's doing well, and Solx, SOLX as well, the newest. Yeah.
And in terms of like the exchanges, I mean, you talked about a few apps. Which one, if someone is just about to start, which one would you reckon is probably the easiest if someone wants to start even today? Which one?
The easiest to learn?
Yeah, to learn, there's always a learning curve. That's fine. But if someone, after even seeing this video or whatever, decides, I want to try it myself too, which one would you advise to be both the easiest, but also having a considerable amount of assets to trade?
So there's good and bad things in all the apps. I wouldn't recommend Robinhood if you're wanting, that's more for stocks. That's what I started out with, but they really heavily regulate everything, and you'll have all the statements on all your sales, and they take a lot of fees out. So I wouldn't really recommend that one. I would recommend, I like Voyager, but I've heard some friends have issues with security on their account. Yeah. So you have to be careful and make sure you remember all your keywords and your password, and make sure you don't get locked out. As long as you don't have issues with getting into your Voyager account, I like that one because it's user friendly. It's pretty easy to use and figure out, and they have really good staking rewards, like good high percentages for just keeping the money there. And it's easy to transfer between different apps and to take money and transfer it out, although it takes a couple days to clear your bank when you're trying to take money out of it, whereas the crypto.com account, that one is quicker. When I tried to take money out of that one, once you get it all set up, you have to add a bank account and verify it, but that one, if I withdraw from crypto.com, the next day it's in my account.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that one does have some earning rewards too. They might not be as high as Voyager, but they do pay on, the last time we looked, it paid like 12% on USDC coin.
Very good. Wow. Very nice.
Yeah.
I mean, Yeah, I mean, crypto.com is one of the ones we've been talking about a lot in the channel. The guys know. I mean, we advised the guys very early on about the CRO token, which is the utility token for crypto.com. And we made huge gains this year just on the CRO token. I mean, obviously, it's a utility token, so it's more geared for whoever is on the platform. Nevertheless, it's been very good. We use a lot here FTX. Not sure if you heard about that one. And obviously Binance, which is the big one. Big fan of Binance because they have lots of. Obviously, we're not sponsored, by the way, in terms of. In the interest of transparency, we're not sponsored. But I like it because it has, I mean, a huge amount of assets to choose from. Huge amount of products in terms of staking, peer-to-peer lending, options, which they call futures, and they have both the American style of options and the European style. They give it different names, but anyway, they have like all sorts of cool features in the app or actually on the platform. Thing is, it's not the easiest one, I guess. To start.
Yeah, and sometimes it's hard to get approved if you have different addresses. One of my friends is still waiting to get approved on the Binance.us because of all the requirements to make your IDs match and your addresses, and so it takes a while to get approved.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, it is true. I mean, those things. I mean, down in Europe. I mean, here in Europe, lots of guys also like eToro. I'm not sure if it's actually known in the US.
What's it called?
eToro.
Oh, I heard of that. Yeah. Yeah,
it's cool because it's like a social media platform combined with an exchange. Basically, you can copy traders. So let's say there's someone doing very well, you can actually copy them, and the system will automatically trade as they trade. So you can make similar amounts of percentual gains as they do. Some people like it, some people don't. Thing is, it's not. It's quite simplistic, so you learn it very quickly. But then the number of assets is not very good. I mean, it's just a very minority of assets you'll find there. Certainly not the new exciting ones. Those ones won't be there.
That's why I like crypto. The reason I like the crypto.com app is it tells you what the top gainers are on the front page, and you can see what has the biggest gain and invest in those while they're still new.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, you said you started with the regular stocks and then you moved into crypto. So obviously there is a huge difference, but for people who are not perhaps very familiar with these two worlds, in your experience, how would you compare them in terms of they're both assets, but how was the transition from regular stocks to digital assets?
I like crypto better because there's way more gains. With regular stocks, you have to hold them for so long to notice anything. Although I am still holding a lot of my crypto, but I've cashed out on some of them too. Once I see that they're going up and they're about to go down again, I've sold a couple of them. I have a strategy where, like with Shiba, a couple weeks ago, I sold all my initial principal in Shiba, so all that's left is gains. So anything after that is my gain. So at least I got my principal back. Once I saw it going up. Yeah. Exactly.
And as they say, no one ever got poor by taking profits.
Yeah.
So I guess, you're right. I mean, if someone would say, but how about the volatility? Obviously,
the volatility. And the market doesn't close every day. Like with crypto, you could be awake at 3 a.m. in the morning and you're watching it and you're losing. A lot of times I'm losing sleep over it because you're addicted and you want to see how it's going to change and you can't wait to see what's happening. So sometimes you lose sleep over it, but sometimes you don't want to because you want to make sure that you sell it when it's the right time or buy it when it's low enough. Yeah.
I mean, I used to be annoyed when I used to be more. I mean, I started over a decade ago in terms of Wall Street, trading SP 500, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, and it was always annoying when you had a very good week and you wanted to continue, and on Fridays you would close, and then you have to be and then the time, obviously we are in Europe, so the time zones are different. There was some annoying things about that, and in crypto, as you said, it's like 24/7. You just do you play like with limit orders, or are you always like you trade it yourself, or do you, in terms of like planning your game, how do you do? You just like you read the news, and then how do you figure out your when your entry and exit points are?
My main strategy is buy low, sell high. So I like to get all the new coins that are up and coming when they're low. And then once you see them going up, like a lot of times it's better to hold, unless it's a really volatile one that it's just like a big trend and it's not going to stay that good for that long, then you could sell it once you see it's up. But my main strategy overall is just been to hold. I still have some Dogecoin that I got at like 25 cents, and now it's down to 16, 17, 18. I'm still holding it, waiting for it to go back up before I sell it. So like my strategy is never to sell it lower than what I got it for. So if I have to hold it longer, then I do.
Exactly. I mean, this way, obviously you can't go wrong. We always say never invest more than what you can afford to lose. That's already a good start, because that gives you the chance to do precisely what you just said. But when people sometimes go a little bit more than they should, and obviously there's always, if things start not going the way they want it, and they need that money, or they want it, fast cash, or actually fast profits the next day, and things are not going their way, they start panicking, and they start exiting on the wrong time. So guys, never ever invest more than you
can afford to lose.
It's a very profitable game, but it's a very
your bills.
Very risky one too.
Very
risky one. In terms of 2022, Jessica, what are your? Have you spotted already any like super coin that you be paying close attention to in this next year, or will be the same ones as you are already?
For 2022, I think Solana is really gonna break out. It already is, just tonight. And Solex, which is related to Solana.
Ah, yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I totally agree. I think 2022 there are two main coins. By the way, guys, this is not financial advice. Do your due diligence and check it out for yourselves. But there are two that we've been talking about on this channel, that 2022 will be their year. There are others, but certainly Solana is going to be an amazing year, we believe, for Solana. And Terra Luna. Terra Luna has been incredible the last few weeks. And the tokenomics are incredible, the project itself is incredible. And some big guys that we all know, like Raoul Paul, Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy, and others, they believe Terra Luna can become one of the top 3 of the altcoins in terms of projects. So obviously excluding Bitcoin, one of the top 3. So being like Solana, Ethereum, and Terra Luna. So at the moment, there's a lot to go. There's a huge road ahead, but perhaps if you guys think that is the right time, perhaps it might be the right time to put a small amount perhaps that you can afford to lose, by the way, just in case things don't go our way. We were expecting December to be a bit different, but because of the news of Evergrande, the news of the Feds, the Fed regulation in the US, and all other types of news, this end of the year wasn't as we planned. Have you heard about Terra Luna already, Jessica?
Yeah, I've been holding Terra Luna since last summer. So since the summer, and I've gained to like a lot from that. Yeah. Wow. It was really cheap. Yeah.
So you agree it's going to be like also a good project in 2022, something to...
and that was recommended by my friend Travis, who will probably speak with you guys soon.
Yeah.
He has a real knack and a hunch for knowing what's big. Like from doing research, probably just from like all those Facebook groups and forums and all the articles out there. He knows what's gonna get big. As soon as he tells me what to invest, like it starts getting big. Like, yeah. And I wanted to say that I think Solana is gonna start doing way better than Ethereum. I already noticed there's like way less gas fees. There are like hardly any fees for Solana and Soldex. Whereas Ethereum, like I was using that with MetaMask for the leash and the bone and all that, and those fees were insanely high, like not even worth it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's just, I mean, this encourage everyone. I mean, which is again obviously transaction speed, TPS, and gas fees are huge arguments for Solana. Some guys don't like the idea of investing, like, you know, big wealth investors I know. They don't like the idea that Solana is like a beta type of network, and so it crashes every so often. I mean, it's not been that often, but as they say. But nevertheless, surely 2022, if things continue to, you know, adoption continues and things like that, is certainly going to be an amazing year. It's definitely an amazing project that can start taking some of the market cap from Ethereum. Certainly. In terms of like girls in crypto in the US, is it common to see women trading? Like, is it getting more common, or do you think it's still like a man's world, as they say here down in Europe? It's not very common yet, unfortunately.
It depends on where you go and where you're looking. Like, I go on these Facebook group forums and there's quite a lot more girls than you would expect. However, sometimes I wonder if they're really girls or if they're like posing as scam.
Yes.
But otherwise, I have some friends that are girls that trade crypto. But a lot of friends are still learning about it. They're still new to it.
I mean, it's good to have some more joining in. I mean, that's one of the reasons obviously why we do, you know, the channel is obviously to demystify this space. It's not as sometimes we hear, at least here in Europe, that you know, this is just for people who want to do money laundry or sell drugs or whatever bizarre things they want to do. It's not for that. It's a legit area of business. Many of the top guys in the world, they're already in this space. Jack Dorsey moved from Twitter, which was his baby, like in a way, to now being focused purely in blockchain technology. That says a lot. So I think it's an amazing time we are living, and the sooner we join.
I asked my new boss if she trades crypto, and she's a woman, an older woman, and she said she got into it too. She has a Coinbase account, and my mom just got into it too. So my brother's showing her how to do it, and my mom's like 70 years old and she's trading crypto.
Wow, that's it. What else can we say? I think we couldn't end in a better way. Any closing thoughts, Jessica, for whoever is probably still thinking, should they start, should they not? Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I think crypto is like the wave of the future, and it's a cure for inflation. So, like the money, you might lose value in your dollar, but if you stake it away in crypto, that the gains are high enough that it will beat out inflation. If the market, like the real estate market, crashes, you still have crypto. But I would do the strategy of at least selling your principal so that you don't lose your principal, and then all the rest is gains from there.
Very sound. Thanks, Jessica. Guys, it was a pleasure to have you with us in this show today. Thanks, Jessica, for joining us in another episode of Diario Crypto Investor. If you haven't done already, please subscribe. Click on the bell so you know when the next videos are coming out. Maybe next week we'll have Travis speaking with us as well. Will be a pleasure to have him as well. Having his take on this amazing world that crypto is. It's changing the lives of many people. Trade responsibly. Stay tuned for the next videos, and see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you. You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.